I don't know about you, but I love starting off my day with eggs, sausage, and toast. I just tried Jones Dairy Farm's all-natural breakfast sausage, and it is delicious. They make premium crafted, all-natural meat, and 100% of products are made in the USA. And y'all, they have so many options: pork, chicken, turkey, or center-cut Canadian bacon. So check out their product finder on jonesdairyfarm.com to find out where to find Jones near you. Today on CityCast Austin, it's the Friday News Roundup. We're here to bring you some of the biggest stories in the news this week. We're going to talk about the Texas legislature's upcoming special session, Austin's leaky pipes, and what South by Southwest is going to look like next year. It's Friday, June 27th. I'm Nikki Devon, and this is what Austin's talking about. Hello! I am here with the resplendent Kelsey Bradshaw, newsletter editor. Hi, Kelsey.
Hello.
And we are here with our sensational executive producer, Eva Ruth Moravec.
Thank you. Hello, Nikki. So good to be with your magnificence today.
Very good. Good work, everyone.
Listen, we're going to talk about some news. First up, we want to talk about the legislature because they, Governor Greg Abbott, he pulled the old switcheroo at 0 hour.
Yep.
Was like, I'm still in charge, bitch.
That's right. So June 22nd at midnight was the deadline for Governor Abbott to veto bills. And if he didn't veto them, then they would basically automatically become law, in addition to the ones that he had already signed into law. So that totaled more than 600 new bills. In total, he vetoed 28. And the one that everyone was watching the most was this Senate Bill 3, which, look, y'all, I'm just saying we can roll the tape here, but I did predict this.
You did. You did. I will give you
Right?
that. You absolutely did.
I did. So Senate Bill 3 would have banned products that contain the psychoactive compound in marijuana that's known as THC.
He was essentially trying to take away my go-go juice. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, your gummies, your vapes,
everything.
your special crackers,
The THC drinks.
the THC drinks, all of the above.
Yeah.
And it was the bill that was before the governor would have banned all of that. And there was a lot of pushback, a lot of, petitions and social media and all kinds of pressure on the governor to not sign this bill. And so he did veto it. And then at the same time, he called for a special session. It's going to start on July 21st. And this is one of the issues that's going to be up for debate all over again. So that'll be fun. So these stores, these shops are just getting the yo-yo. I can't imagine what it's like for them to keep products in or not, how to plan ahead. But Abbott said that he vetoed it because it was going to face constitutional challenges. But he also said that Texans must strongly regulate hemp and must do so immediately. This was one of Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick's priorities, and he was not pleased that it was vetoed. Have y'all seen some stuff about sales, beverage stores? I've seen liquor stores kind of do specials on THC beverages now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's been since the veto or just when everybody was waiting, but it seems like they're trying to move some stuff. Yeah.
Both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I keep seeing too, there's a couple of businesses that I follow, posting being all right, we made it through. He vetoed it. And I feel like it's important to say,
My guy.
again, this is still up for debate. And I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do because a special session, it lasts 30 days. And I just don't. I don't think they're going to get it together.
There's still so much he could do. Yeah.
I don't think they're going to get a regulation, anything together in that time. And
it sounds like a setup. It feels like a setup. It's okay, here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to make them think we're taking it away altogether. And then I'm going to swoop in at the last minute and, in quotations, save it. And then we're still going to mess everything up anyway.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like now they just have 30 more days to make it suck.
Bad.
Maybe not take it away altogether, but just like still really cause chaos. It could really hurt businesses and cause chaos for people that need it.
Yeah. And so many people were against this. Like the governor's office received thousands of letters from veterans who rely on THC products. That was a really big part of this. And it is such a big moneymaker. And Republicans really, that's their thing. Is it
Don't
not?
y'all
The
like
economy?
money?
Yeah. And it's not popular. I mean, there was polling that showed that like most Texans do not want this to get passed.
Yeah.
So
it really did seem like it was just like Dan Patrick.
Yeah.
I do love to, like, when the girls are fighting, like, unfortunately, I do love the drama of, like, Governor Abbott pissing off Dan Patrick. Like,
I do like that.
Oh, who doesn't?
It's fun. No one's been hurt.
Yeah.
Like, put him in his place.
It's nice to watch.
I know, like, Dan Patrick's like, is he really trying to legalize weed in Texas? Which is, honestly, y'all, I do think that's a little bit crazy that for a state that has never been like that's never even been on the realm of possibilities that we're going to like legalize recreational marijuana here, right? But like here we are, like kind of on the verge of maybe doing that.
Well, and also the amount of money that this state could be making from taxing marijuana sales.
Right.
We're just leaving money on the table.
Right.
We are talking about millions of dollars worth of tax revenue and like that we could be taking advantage of. If I don't understand why they won't just get with the program other than just control. That's it.
And so if it's down to the kids, like, fine, regulate it for the kids, you know, but it's just, it's an interesting time. But yeah, they're not out of the weeds.
Bump,
if you will.
I almost didn't catch it.
Me neither.
I wish you guys could have seen Eva Ruth's dad joke face. He's like,
well, and Eva Ruth, I don't know if you know this, as a former Ledge reporter. I learned this the other day.
Oh.
But did you know Governor Abbott can just call as many sessions as he wants?
That annoys me so much.
Yes. Unfortunately, I did know this because I've been in sessions that just don't fucking end.
No, ma'am.
Like when the Democrats just left and went to D.C. that one year, that was their way of protesting legislation. It's like, oh my God. Like, thank you so much. Do your thing, but like,
wrap it up.
We're on the clock. This is summertime. It's summer, you know.
Because they can technically end early, right? But I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, they can. They can end before the 30 days. Like they could just wrap up all their stuff. The last session before this one also went on and on forever because of vouchers and education. And then there was the impeachment trial of Ken Paxton, Attorney General Ken Paxton, that was like after all the special session. It's just like, do we all fucking live here now?
Dog and pony show.
But this will be interesting, like to see who comes, because when it's more focused, like there's more opportunity for people to engage, I feel like. But the one bill that we have talked about before, like several months ago, Abbott had this mandate for everybody to return to the office, and it wasn't really spelled out how that was going to happen. And then there was a bill that was signed into law that basically gives power back to government department heads to decide their own remote work policies. He did the right thing, I think, there in a lot of people's minds who, you know, we've heard about like that they needed that flexibility to, you know, accommodate where they're living now or whatever.
That's a nice one. The only one I wanted to talk about was the putting 10 commandments in public schools. That got signed into law.
Woohoo!
So that's cool.
I can't even think about it or my head will explode. My head will explode.
Will your brain leak out of your ears?
That was not the segue I was going with, but let's go with that one. So speaking of leaks.
Oh, God.
Austin has a big old leaky pipe problem. And the annual audit report from Austin Water found that the city lost like 9.3 billion gallons of water last year.
That's a lot. Holy moly.
Yeah, I don't know. Kelsey, what's going on?
So the leaky pipe problem is actually worse than originally thought.
Ooh.
In recent years, the city's water utility, according to KUT, had recorded losses of about 7 billion gallons annually due to leaks in its treatment and distribution system. And this is at Austin Water. And a report that came out about 2024 found that the city did lose 9.3 billion gallons of water, and that's up 31% from 2023. And that's not good. That's enough water to fill Lady Bird Lake 4 times.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Just from leaky pipes?
Yeah, and that's about 24 gallons of water per Austin resident per day in 2024.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry to interrupt, but remember when our friend Avery Tomasco, CBS meteorologist, said that the biggest waste of water was people watering their lawns? Hello. I'm just saying.
I still am with him on watering the lawns. Stop doing that.
Me too. But we need to call Avery about this.
I'm also with Avery.
Yeah.
We agree with Avery in general, but I'm just saying I need to know why this isn't. Maybe he's getting paid by Big Leak.
That was good.
Sorry.
So it does kind of talk, like listing off all these stats and years and stuff. It kind of sounds like nobody's doing anything, but the city is doing stuff about this. At the last city council meeting, city councilors approved a resolution authorizing the city manager to, stay with me here, to file an application with the Texas Water Development Board for a low-interest loan for a pipe replacement project. So we're going to get a loan to help replace the pipes. And
okay.
So that's exciting, but it's also the environment around leaky pipes is not good. Like hot and dry weather can lead to more leaks in water pipes.
Right.
And that's all we have. That's all we have going on. U.S. Drought Monitor says we're in a severe drought, which is not the worst we could be, but still a drought. And we've been stuck there for a very long time, in some form of drought for a very long time. And we're currently way below the amount of rain we're supposed to have for June, according to the National Weather Service. I don't know if you guys love stats about weather as much as I do, but the National Weather Service is... they have a little data page, and it says that at Camp Mabry, Austin's main weather station, normally for the month of June, we get 3.19 inches of rain, and we currently have less than an inch. We have 0.8 inches of rain.
That's wild to me, because it feels like it's been raining a lot to me.
It does. I know.
Well, and also, so some stats that back that up is in May, we had 6.59 inches of rain, and the normal is 5.04. So we were above normal for May.
Oh,
so that's good.
That's wild. I don't even remember May being that rain.
Right.
But I guess May was that crazy storm. That was the storm.
Yeah. And we're not going to have any chances of rain through the middle of next week. So I think we're about to hit that really dry, that long dry period of the year where we're just kind of begging for rain. But yeah, so apparently this report that came out, it's supposed to help the city plug up the leaks. Like it's supposed to help them find and figure out what's happening. But this just seems like it should be the biggest news ever.
Or a priority.
We shouldn't be doing shit else.
Yeah.
Like billion gallons? They should cut off water to everyone. Like
wild. That is
crazy.
Wild. What do former President Lyndon B. Johnson and the movie Jaws, yes, that Jaws, have in common? A new exhibit at the LBJ Presidential Library. Before he wrote Jaws, Peter Benchley was President Johnson's speechwriter, and this temporary exhibit is all about Benchley's journey from the White House to best-selling novelist to ocean conservationist. Talk about a fascinating career. Don't miss this chance to learn all about Benchley and Johnson's environmental legacy, how Jaws changed our understanding of sharks, and much more. From the White House to the deep ocean, LBJ, Jaws, and conservation will be at the LBJ Presidential Library from now through October 19th. Find out more about the exhibit at lbjlibrary.info/Jaws. You want to hear something funny? A couple of months ago, all of my supplies under my bathroom sink kept being wet. I thought it was like when pest control was like spraying all over my stuff. So I was like, hey, y'all stop spraying on my shit because all my stuff is wet. And they're like, no, it doesn't work like that. And I was like, okay, well, everything under my bathroom counter is wet. And then apparently there had been a leak that I had no idea that every time I use my faucet, there was some sort of leak and it was spraying down into my bathroom cabinet.
Oh my god!
So I'm like,
it's your fault.
But I'm thinking, like, how many people in apartments are just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That are just totally unaware, like that there is a leak even happening. If the guy hadn't got down there and told me, I was like, but I don't hear anything. It was just like all under the sink. So I'm just saying, y'all check y'all sinks because we about to be out of water.
So you're saying you're the city of Austin?
You're saying I'm City of Austin?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's me. It's all me. It's because I wash my hair and brush my teeth too much. It's my leaky pipes.
9 billion gallons.
9 billion gallons. It's all my fault.
She has the biggest teeth.
I have the biggest
and the
teeth.
most hair.
And so much hair. I have so much hair. So, okay. So I was just saying that as a city, we probably need to make some changes.
Yeah.
And speaking of changes, South by Southwest announced its new plan for next year's festival this week. And it's interesting. The plan is to create unique neighborhoods in Austin that can only be accessed by specific badges. Mm-hmm. And next year will be the first year of the festival after the closure of Austin Convention Center, which is actively being demolished. And so it's kind of cool. So March 12th through the 18th, it will run all programming simultaneously for the first time, right? Except, oddly enough, EDU. Because EDU
doesn't want to play with anybody else.
Yeah, EDU is still going to come before everything, which is fine. The music festival is going to expand to 7 nights, and the only day that it'll all cross over is the 12th. So the Reimagine South by Southwest, it creates badge-specific neighborhoods throughout downtown. So it's supposed to be supporting focus, engagement, and exploration, which kind of sounds cool because I think a lot of times it can be overwhelming for people. They don't know where to go. They don't know what they want to see and do. Okay, so here are the neighborhoods. Music festival and conference badges. They'll have their own neighborhood. It'll showcase music industry programming. Film and TV festival and conference badges will be screening venues and industry sessions like normal. Innovation badges will have access to tech and innovation programming. And then platinum badges gets complete access to all 3 creative communities. And so I don't know if they're going to have like cute little names for the neighborhood.
I know. I'm really interested to see what this actually looks like.
Yeah,
I do too.
I am too.
It's not like they're going to... Because when they say neighborhood, I immediately picture, like an open space or like a tent. And it's like, you guys are over here, they're over here. But they can't do that in downtown. We have buildings and stuff.
Yeah, it's just going to be completely different parts of the city, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Which will make it way more spread out than normal, I'm imagining.
Interesting.
Yeah,
right.
Usually it's pretty concentrated right there at the convention center.
But they're saying, okay, so it's still going to be downtown.
Yes.
But like it's hard for me to imagine like what venues.
I think it'll be a lot of hotels.
Oh yeah,
because they already do like a lot of panel sessions, and even some screenings are in hotel ballrooms and rooms and stuff.
Right, because I'm thinking about like the Paramount is over here on Congress, right, and then like the other movie theaters, they're not.
Right, they're all around. They'll show screenings at Zach Theater.
Yeah.
This past year, they showed some at, I think it's the Hyatt, right near the old Statesman building, near the Bat Bridge.
AFS.
Yeah. They show them at South Lamar Alamo. Yeah. So I don't know.
Is it going to be, maybe they're using that word loose, like in a different way, like neighborhood.
They need to tell me how they're using this word because I'm picturing something very specific.
Yeah. They're not saying, they're just saying it's leveling up. But here's what I'm concerned with. With this. A part of South by Southwest is the timeline of it for a lot of people. So it's like you get to really parse out how you want to engage. Especially if you have a platinum badge, you can get into everything. It's like sometimes it's easier to make decisions about what you want to do when you know that music portion is at the end. But now people are going to be having to make some real-time pimp decisions about what they want to do. Everything is happening at one time.
That is so true.
Everything's happening at once.
Because I absolutely look at my schedule like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, okay, let me get some panels in before like film officially starts or vice versa or whatever. Wow, I didn't even think of that.
I wonder if Austinites will be like, okay, I'm taking off the whole week to check this new format out, or if they'll be like, I'm
out.
Hell out of town because I don't want to deal with this cluster in their first year of experimentation, you know?
I mean, it's a really big, I don't know. To me, it feels like a really big risk because it is a complete change of how people have been experiencing it for how many years? I don't know.
Where would y'all hold South by if you were in charge and there was no convention center? I think I would try and put it in the Capitol. Like, there's so many rooms. You're still down the street from the Paramount.
That's depressing.
That would
I know, but it could be like a fun, you can say hi to Ann Richards. You could go to your panel on NFTs. They could do the big keynotes where they bring Michelle Obama. They could do that on the Senate floor.
What about the domain?
Oh,
that is also depressing.
Bad. What about like the football stadium? Just get everybody in there.
At UT. Just hold it on the UT campus.
They should do it at UT. The kids are out for spring break. You can use the Blanton. You could use the Bob Bullock for screenings.
That's not a bad idea. You could use
classrooms for panels. Somebody call me.
Libraries.
Also, they can use any of those incredibly empty state buildings that they have on the Capitol lawn that are not being used.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
because
so much space over there.
Going to go back to remote working now, too.
Yeah, there's so much space. I don't know. I think this is going to be a really interesting experiment, honestly.
Yeah, it will. The convention center is going to be out of commission until like 2029. So
long time.
Shit, really?
Oh, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if this is the model that makes it work or if they decide to do something else.
Wow.
Now I'm just thinking of South by versions where it's just on the lake.
Ooh.
We do a Venice situation and everyone's on a boat the whole time. Nailed it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a hint, y'all, but I will say, so part of what South by Southwest announced this week was their new art for their key art for next year. And it was created in partnership with Austin-based design firm Overstory and Taiwanese-American illustrator Josh Cochran. And it's very cute and cartoony and bright, but it shows like the main thing of it is the Capitol lawn. Like that green space, right in front of the Capitol. I don't know. They've got all kinds of people.
Well, see, and like I think that's a good idea, but then what are they going to do in 2027 when the ledge is in session?
Oh.
Like what's the plan?
Oh my gosh. This is making me anxious. Who knows? Let us know.
What is the plan?
Speaking of plans, I'm picking up what you're putting down, Kelsey. I'm picking up what you're putting down. What are y'all doing?
Ask me first.
Listen, I don't even know why you wanted me to segue into it. You should have just started talking because I know you want to talk about what you're doing. So why don't you start?
Baby, I can't go anywhere without thinking that I'm going to see Beyonce.
What?
It's finally my time. I'm going to Houston to see the Cowboy Carter tour on Sunday, and I'm going to freak out.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's amazing.
That's it.
Are you the kind of person who's like watching all the videos of other cities, or you want to be surprised? You want to know exactly what's going to happen?
Yeah. I don't need to know exactly what's going to happen, but I don't avoid it. Like, it's on my timeline. Like, I'm excited to see Beyonce's youngest daughter, Rumi, perform, which feels really funny to be like, can't wait to see that. I think she's 7. Like, can't wait to see that 7-year-old perform. But I don't know. Like, I haven't looked up, like, a set list or anything. And she's also been changing the set list a lot, so that would be pointless.
Oh, okay.
Like, I know generally what's going to happen, but I've seen Beyonce in concert before, and no matter how much I know, it's always wonderful and amazing and surprising, and I'm going to cry.
This is one of the only concerts of Beyonce that I've been like, oh, listen, I'll hear about it from other people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what that's about because I love Cowboy Carter. Like, other friends that have seen it, they're like, and this, and this. And I'm like, that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, still glad I didn't go.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because let me tell you something. Like, with Renaissance, I was like, I might stab somebody if I don't go. Like, that's how, like, I was like, locked into that album. I don't know what's going on with me.
Okay, so this will be my 4th time that I've seen Beyonce in concert.
Nice.
And like when it was coming time for like her to announce her tour and for tickets and stuff to go out, I keep waiting to be like, oh, I don't need to go to this one. I've seen her so many times, whatever. But when it came time, I was still like feral about it. I was still like, I have to be there. And so like I keep waiting to not feel that way. And it just hasn't happened. I think it's wonderful. And it like makes me so emotional. Like because Beyonce is a Texan and I'm a Texan.
Yeah.
And like I'm putting together a little Western outfit to wear and it feels very something. Like there's something emotional about it where I'm kind of like, all of you people in New York and all of you people in wherever, in Paris and stuff, like you guys are cosplaying. And like I'm a city girl from Dallas and I live in Austin and I don't ride horses to work, whatever. But it's like, this is my state. This is what we do here. And it feels very something. I don't know.
It does feel like it's for Texans a little bit.
Yeah. In so many of her songs and like on this album, she like talks about Galveston and like she's always singing about Houston. And like, I'm not from either of those places. And it still feels so special. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad you're going.
Me too.
Thank you. Me too.
Yes.
Eva Ruth, what you doing?
Well,
she's having a similarly exciting
speaking
weekend.
of religious experiences, I am going to go check out Dinosaur Day at the Science Museum at the UT campus. This is on Saturday, 10 to 3. Honestly, it's really cool. Like the fossils that they have at the Texas Science and Natural History Museum are incredible. Like you walk in and there's a giant full T-Rex with his tiny arms. And then you go downstairs in the basement and it feels all like cool, like cold and closety, and which I know that sounds great for people who have claustrophobia, but I promise it's cool. And there are all these fossils like displayed really interestingly, and like they're all doing action, and all of the fossils down there are from Texas. I love thinking about dinosaurs. I'm getting ready for this new Jurassic Park movie known as Jurassic World Rebirth, which is a weird and gross name, but it's fine.
Yup, into it.
And it's coming out on July 2nd. So I'm getting my dinosaur on.
I love that.
What about you, Nikki?
Well, it's a busy weekend. Friday night is Gwen Bash, and for those of you that don't know what Gwen is the group with no name, and it's a kink sex positive group of people that every year they throw an educational seminar about kink. It's like a whole conference, so I will be at that emceeing a part of the show, which I'm super excited about because it is like ethical kink, sex positivity, all that good stuff. Saturday is busy. There's African American Book Festival at the Carving Museum and Cultural Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., which is free. And then Puro Pride at St. Elmo's Brewing Company, which is put on by Las Ofrendas. So that's TK, Frida Friday, ATX. It's going to be really cute. That's Saturday from 6 to 10. Also Saturday, Band Bodies at Hotel Vegas. It's hosted by Trans Era. Doors are at 9. It's $5. And I love this. They say, we know this year has been extraordinarily hard for trans Texans. So let's come together, rage, laugh, cry, enjoy community, and party. And that sounds like my kind of thing, because why else are we here? And it is technically still Pride Month. So
yes,
there's also that. Sunday... it's going to be the second part of Las Ofrendas' Pride Party. They're going to have a Puro Pride pool party at Cabana Club, which y'all know I love. And that's going to be from 12 to 5. And you can buy tickets and get cabanas and all that good stuff. And then the other thing that I'll also be doing on Sunday is Recess for Revolution. And I'm going to be moderating a panel that's going to be at Ritchie's Art Gallery. And it's just all about, being queer and and celebrating Pride and queer revolution versus gay rights, and just having like big, hard conversations about being queer in Texas. And there's going to be a drag show later in the evening, and it's going to be a good time.
Oh my God. Well, I hope you eat some protein and carbs and drink some water.
I know. I'm exhausted for you. That sounds like a lot of work.
I'm doing exactly one thing this weekend.
I'm looking at dinosaurs. And
See, the great thing about this kind of stuff is that a lot of this stuff, with the exception of Friday and Sunday, I can just pop in. It's not, you know what I mean? It's like,
totally.
I'm a idea of popping in to 15 places.
Popping in is so hard.
Oh, I am popping out.
Yeah. I'm good at popping out for sure.
Yeah.
I'm a pop-inner. It is very rare. I am. It is very rare that I will go somewhere and stay from start to finish. It's rare that I'll stay from start to finish. I come in, I say hello. I make sure the person that needs to know that I showed up knows that I showed up.
And
I stay for a little bit, and then I pop out. I move on to the next thing. Anyways, so you guys know what you should be doing this weekend. Be safe. Make sure that you're being kind to each other. Drink water. It's going to be hot. We can't wait to hear about Beyonce, Kelsey. We cannot wait to see all the photos of the outfit that you made yourself, which I do not know why you did not say that off the rip. Kelsey made her own outfit. Made her a whole ass outfit for the Beyonce show.
Anything for Beyonce.
So we will be posting that outfit somewhere so that everybody can see the outfit.
There will be a special newsletter segment about how to prepare for a Beyonce concert.
Yeah.
Honestly, yes.
Eva, Ruth, Kelsey, thank you so much for rounding up the news with me this week.
Anytime.
Thank you, Nikki. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. That's all for today here on CityCast Austin. Our executive producer is Eva Ruth Morvek. Our producer is Alyssa Castles, and I am your host, Nikki Devon. Our Hey Austin newsletter editor is Kelsey Bradshaw, and music is by Nelson Valente Aguilar of Como Las Movies, with additional music by Alva Kimonos, Hip Color, and more music from Mike Goudreau, 747, Bossa Band, 8 Man, and Tim James from Triple Scoop Music via Getty Images. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend, rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Austin newsletter. We'll be back Monday morning with more news from around the city. Bye, y'all.